Man, TikTok. Man, I'm checking my son's phone. You know it's bedtime. Look what this little girl sent my son. Answer this phone call, blow your brains out with this gun. And right now, if you don't want to help me and listen to what the I say, I'm gonna blow your brains out with that gun. You see that give it here, Chloe. Give it here. You see that gun behind you? Give the here. I'm finna show you. I'm finna show y'all. You wanna hear this? You wanna hear this? You wanna hear this? You wanna hear? You wanna hear this? Yeah. Yeah. You wanna hear this? Yeah. You wanna hear this? Yeah. You wanna hear shit else? Yeah. You wanna see? Yeah. You wanna see some else? Yeah. Yeah. Can play on me. Why do you not answer the phone? You need to answer this phone, but I beat you up. Ain't Chloe. Oh, that's right.
At Rockstar Wireless, we get it.
Whew. Sheesh. Guys, it's not very often that I am left speechless, and that right there has left me speechless because goodness gracious. We really Let me preface this by saying this first. I'm not a parent, right? I'm not a parent. Maybe, hopefully will be one day, but you know, I'm just I think it's real important that you gotta be careful what your kid is exposed to, because when you look at we have to approach this situation from numerous angles, right? Numerous angles. When we say that, first of all, you as a parent, you need to be checking. You do kind of need to be checking your kids' phones when they're of a certain age. This guy said what his 9-year-old son, 9-year-old son. These kids, when they're getting these cell phones, these technological devices, and have access to the internet and all that kind of stuff, that means that they have access to a lot of people that are trying to prey on them, that are trying to expose them to things that they don't need to be exposed to, things that they would have gotten exposed to later in life had they not been on the internet. Do I believe that the internet is a bad thing? No, 100% not. Not because guess what? The internet is the future. So the sooner that the kids learn how to do it, the sooner they will be able to go out and, potentially make a better living than the people before them, right? But the problem is that exposure. You as a parent, you have to do your due diligence to ensure that your kids are protected. I'm pretty sure you heard about that thing where they people would use cartoon characters and animated characters, and then they slip in a bunch of really disturbing messages to kids and stuff like that, disguise this children's content. That's not okay. You as a parent, you need to have a due diligence on what your kids are exposed to. That's the truth. That's number one. Number two, this girl is threatening this little boy. She's threatening this little boy, and she's what she's saying is just absolutely egregious and astronomical in the amount of buffoonery that's coming out of her mouth. Two, what she's actually saying. You're talking about she's gonna unalive him, talking about she's gonna do this, talking about she's gonna get the gun, all this kind of stuff, coming out of a 9-year-old girl's mouth. Then you look at the fact that she's mad at him because he's not answering the phone or he's not responding to her, probably because of the threats, probably because you crazy like that. But then you wonder, why does this little girl act like that? Well, obviously, you got to go back to the parents, right? So this is why I said at the beginning, what are your kids exposed to? Because when you are obviously she's seen that dysfunction somewhere around her. She's seen that dysfunction. She's used to that dysfunction, whether it be with an older sibling, whether it be with an auntie, whether it be with her parents. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really take a look, and you have to evaluate when you bring kids into the world what type of environment you're bringing them into. When you have environments where the parents are at odds, you have environments where there's a lot of arguing, dysfunction, chaos, what I call hyena behavior. When you have a lot of that going on, guess what? Your kids see it. They see it. It gets ingrained into them, and then they think it's normal, and then they go out into the world, and then they spread that crap to everybody else. That is not cool. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That the reason why the little girl said what she said and can act the way that she acts is because she sees it. Whether she sees it in person or whether she sees it in the media, because we see it all the time on the media that's portrayed. Dysfunction is normal. Dysfunction is considered normal. Why is it? Why is it that people don't take into account and are so okay with exposing their children to this? And then you wonder why they grow up and we got a lot of these YNs that act the way they do. And you wonder why it's a lot of these young women who act the way they do. It's because of what they're exposed to as a young age. If these people see you in a bunch of dysfunction and chaos, guess what? They're gonna grow up and fester, and that dysfunction, it desensitizes them to it. And that's not what you want. You don't want your kids desensitized to chaos. You want them to see chaos and say, oh, I don't like that, and go the other way. This is what I'm talking about. People like to brag about being off the porch, but at the end of the day, what came with that? You were exposed to things that you didn't need to be exposed to when you were exposed to them. And in turn, now it's affected you in life, and now you have to figure out how to navigate. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because, I mean, listen to that. And can you imagine just being the parent that has to listen to your child get a message like that? You know what I mean? It's just insane. Just insane. I think kids with technology, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword because what do you do? What do you do? Kids should be allowed to have fun, but that's a little OC, don't you think? I'm just saying. I mean, like I said, just imagine being that 9-year-old boy's parent, and you got a girl threatening to shoot him and talking about if you don't answer the phone. It's like, son, what have you gotten into? You just 9. How do you rectify that situation? You go talk to the other parent? I don't know. But let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, because like I said, I'm not a parent, so I don't know what I would do in that situation. That's insane. It's insane, and it's unfortunate that that the man has to go through it. And I hope that the son doesn't internalize it and think that women talking to you like that is the way that it's supposed to be, because in reality, that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way it's dysfunctional, and it's chaotic, and it's toxic. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And she's starting young. That's not good. Not good. And I feel bad for her, because what has she been exposed to where she thinks that level of toxicity is normal? That's insane. They're 9. 9. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Appreciate it.